It started with a piece of land that I bought in a quiet suburban neighborhood somewhere in the heart of the United States. It was a modest lot, just a small corner of dirt and weeds, nothing special. I saw potential. I saw a future where I could build a little retreat, maybe a tiny house or a garden sanctuary. I invested time and money, made sure all permits were in order, and followed every rule the local zoning laws and HOA guidelines had set. But I didn't realize I was stepping into a nightmare that would threaten everything I owned. The first sign of trouble came when I received a letter from the HOA. It wasn't just a routine warning about overgrown bushes or fence heights. No, this was something much more sinister. The HOA claimed that they owned my land, that they had reserved it for a community project, and that I was violating their unwritten rules. They insisted I surrender my property or face legal action that could cost me millions. I was stunned. How could they possibly claim ownership of land I legally purchased? I had all the paperwork, the permits, and the titles to prove it. But her tone was aggressive, her words laced with threats. Karen, the HOA president and the neighborhood's self-appointed queen, had her eyes set on my land, and she wasn't going to let go. I knew I had to act fast. I hired a seasoned property lawyer who specialized in HOA disputes. We reviewed every detail: titles, deeds, permits, and HOA rules. The evidence was clear. I owned the land. I was within my rights. Karen's claims were baseless, but it didn't stop her. She escalated her tactics. She started spreading rumors, accusing me of illegal development, and contacting local officials with false complaints. Her goal was simple: to scare me into backing down, to make me surrender my land without a fight. I documented everything: photos of my property, email exchanges, permits, and her online posts. I knew her game. I prepared a legal strategy. I filed a formal complaint with the local authorities, demanding she cease and desist her harassment. I also filed a countersuit against her for defamation and property interference. The court hearings were intense. Karen's team argued that she had rights over the land because she claimed it was part of the community's common area. Her lawyers tried to paint me as reckless, negligent, even criminal. But I had all the evidence: surveys, permits, expert testimonies that proved she was lying. The judge listened carefully. The evidence was irrefutable. I owned the land legally, and her claims were nothing but a scheme to steal my property. After days of testimony, the court ruled in my favor. The judge dismissed her case entirely, ordered her to pay my legal fees, and issued an injunction preventing her from further harassment. But Karen's obsession didn't end there. In a shocking turn, law enforcement uncovered a pattern of illegal activities: falsified documents, forged signatures, and conspiracy to commit land theft. This wasn't just a petty HOA dispute. It was a criminal enterprise. She'd been working behind the scenes, trying to manipulate the system to make me surrender my land. And then the hammer fell. Karen was arrested, charged with fraud, conspiracy, and attempted land theft. Her mansion, built on her illegal claims, was seized by authorities. She faced years in prison. Her reputation was destroyed overnight. My land, which she tried to steal through deception, was finally mine again. Looking back, I realized this was more than just a legal victory. It was a lesson in resilience, persistence, and standing up against corruption. I refused to let her bully me. I fought back with evidence, legal firepower, and community support. And I won. Today my land is clear. The threats are gone. I've rebuilt my life and turned my property into a symbol of justice. Her obsession was her downfall. Her greed and corruption led her to prison. And I hope my story inspires others facing similar battles. Because in America, no one has the right to steal what's yours. Justice isn't just a word. It's a fight you win with the truth, with courage, and with unwavering resolve.